talking to, what's your name?
Glenn Shimon.
Glenn Shimon.
Yep.
And this is a car that you built?
Yeah, we built this one from scratch in about 11 weeks. It's as close to the original that was in the movie as possible. We went back to the Orlandis out of San Rafael and built the cars originally for the movie and tried to get every ounce of detailed information we could so we could get it correct. We left the weld seams exposed like they did in a lot of stuff. The rear glass is a solid piece of glass that just slid down into the package tray.
Can we get a shot? Can you point that out?
Yeah, okay. Take a look at that. Yep. Now they didn't have the time to actually take the back window and have it cut to fit the car. So what they did was they just slid it down. And this is the original full back glass in here, and this is what's hidden by the body panels.
So you still have all the glass that comes back down.
Yep, that is an original stock piece of glass, just slid down. So
slid down, and then they covered it up.
Yep, bondoed right up to the chrome line. We went back and tried to find used parts, bumpers and taillights that were still usable. The only things that went into the car that were brand new was the hubcaps and the side view mirrors. That's the only thing we couldn't find used. So everything else on it's old used stuff, and put back together to try and make it look like it was done 35 years ago in the same speed and fashion that they had to do it.
So it looked like a quick throw together job from 1972.
Yep.
A quick chop job.
Yep.
Done for a movie.
Yep.
Yeah, on a low budget.
Yep, yeah. Exactly, all the way through.
That's great. And so what's the story? What kind of bumper is this on this car?
It's an original 51 rear bumper. They normally have a bumperette system on here with a license plate light up above. And they removed all of that for the movie. Give it a little bit of a custom look without having to really change much on it. They did the same with the front bumper. It's an original with the bumperettes removed. Now they reshaped the grill opening a little bit.
Can we look at that? Let's look at that.
Reshaped the grill opening a little bit to make it round in here. And this is actually a front bumper off of another car. The grill bar, this one here is actually out of a 70 Camaro.
That was from a 70 Camaro.
Yep. They had bumpers that they'd save off of collision or accident vehicles. They send them off to used ones off to the replaters. And they grabbed one that looked like it would fit the car halfway close. They welded it in and just bondoed and painted over the weld joints. The headlights, they
just bondoed over the weld joints? That's how they...
Yep, they just bondoed it over and smoothed it out to shape it, and then painted it. They took the original headlight trim rings, and they bondoed those right to the fenders. This one here we changed a little bit so we could actually remove the lights from behind, where they didn't do that for the movie.
So originally they just bonded over the headlights?
Yep, they took
or around them?
Yep, just bonded the trim ring in. The bad thing about doing it that way is you could never change the headlight in it again.
Right. If it burns out, then you're kind of stuck with that burnout headlight.
Yeah, exactly. And everything else we tried to recreate as close as possible. The thing with ours is, if anything were to happen to it, it made it a little simpler for us to fix.
You get it, you can fix it, you can replace some of the parts.
And the rest of the running gear is basically all stock. It's got an original Mercury flathead in it.
What size engine is it?
It's a 256.
A 256?
Yep.
And what about the roof? What kind of chop job did they do?
They did a 4-inch chop.
Can we take a look?
Take a look at it. They basically did a 4-inch chop, 4 inches out of the fiber, and put it back together again. And again, with trying to get it done in short order for the movie, they didn't have time to have the glass chopped. There was no quarter glass in it, no wing window glass, and the side glass, they just left it rolled down and never rolled it up again.
This is a great car. And what about the interior? The interior is really nice.
The interior
it has a great classic look to it.
Yep. The car they found to build was actually a stock original running driving vehicle. And Henry Travers, the transportation director for the movie, dictated what needed to be done for it, what look they were looking for. So he dictated the 4-inch chop and the molded or the French headlights and all that stuff. So, and then the guys kind of winged it a little bit on the grill bar. The rest of it was all Henry Travers' design.
Yeah. And So you spent a lot of time and research on this.
Yep.
Before you even started working on this,
Yeah.
you did a lot of research, finding out, talking to people and calling folks.
Yeah,
and
total we spent about 8 to 10 months tracking down photos in magazines, information I can find on the internet. Your website actually had quite a few good pictures of it. There wasn't a lot published on this car. It was kind of a lost sheep in the whole family. So.
Right.
But we did get an opportunity to go back and talk to the Orlandis, get some more information from them, and we went back and forth through that movie several times, looking for
just watching and
glimpses of
rewatching
information.
Yeah.
And something that most people don't realize is the movie cars, they're not like the show cars.
Right.
They don't have to look perfect because the camera and the lighting hides a lot of stuff.
Right. And this was all filmed at night.
Yep.
Yeah.
Street lights or supposed street light situation.
Right. Yeah. And so things actually kind of look better under street lights.
Yep.
You know, the neon lights or whatever, the blue, they kind of let up a blue kind of glow, I guess, and so it looks nicer. So this color is actually what? It's a red sort of Cadillac color?
It's a 71 Cadillac. I believe it's a Cimarron red. And that's as close as we could get it. We matched it off of Mike's 58 Impala. Come to find out, the striping that was used on the Impala was actually the same color for the Merc. So we went back and went through the color books for that period of time, found a few things that were close, and then I started a bunch of color patch panels to run samples against Mike's car to verify the color on it, and it came down to the 71 Cimarron Cadillac.
Right.
That's how we got that right. Or as close to right as possible.
Yeah. Now you said you did about 10, 11 months research before you started, but once we
brought it in the shop, we've got 11 weeks straight into it.
11 weeks, that's it, just 11 weeks.
One other gentleman by the name of Jeff Lynn, he works for me in the shop up there, and between him and myself, we've got quite a bit of overtime into it.
That is awesome. You did a wonderful job, and I'm so glad that you brought this up here.
Thank you.
It's great. And so if somebody wanted to get in touch with you, how would they do that?
We're in the local phone book up there under All Rods and Custom.
Okay.
Or A to Z Auto Parts. A lot of times it's easier to get me through that than
okay.
through All Rods and Custom.
Okay.
But either one will work.
All right. Okay. Well, thanks.
Yeah, thank
okay. Hi, Candy. Hi. Isn't this a great car?
Yes, it is.
It's awesome, isn't it?
See the USA in your Chevrolet.
He put a lot of great detail into this car.
Wrong company. Don't fire me.